Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's session. Thank you for joining us for a very timely and important discussion on how training providers build a repeatable revenue engine in APAC. Before we begin, I would just like to share a few quick housekeeping notes with you. The session is being recorded, and you'll be receiving the recording along with any of the resources during the webinar uh, after the session is over. And also, this would be an interactive session, so we would request you to please drop in your questions or any doubts in the chat box, and we'll be taking them towards the end of the session. Now, without any further ado, I would request Rahul and Afreen to take over to let us know more about the topic.
Thank you so much, Shrishti. Welcome to one and all. My name is Rahul, and I take care of the strategies office in AI CERTs, and I'm also a part of complete revenue growth initiative that happens across AI CERTs. Afreen Hashmi happens to be a part of our team who is heading the partnerships with our training companies. Afreen, if you would like to give a little brief on your profile, and then we can start the webinar.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rahul. So welcome everyone. And it's 1st of April. I can't believe we've started off with Q2. Everyone who's joining in today, so from everywhere, please a warm welcome, and we really appreciate your time. So I'm Afreen. I handle sales here. I handle all the partnerships here at AI Sets. I've been here with the company since they've started off. So today we'll be sharing some great insights on how you can scale AI literacy in your region, and of course we'll be sharing these insights with you. So over to you, Rahul. Thank you so much.
So yeah, exactly. To start off with, it was rightly mentioned by both of you that it is a midweek, 1st April. I really appreciate you all taking out the time. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning in your time zones. So today's session is going to be extremely practical. We are going to talk about how training providers across very specific region that we are going to talk about is APAC can actually build a repeatable, scalable engine using AI as one of the forefronts in terms of putting it across to their enterprise customers, putting it across to your academic customers, or putting it across to individuals. So the first things first, what I wanted to really talk about was the infrastructure partnerships, the current offerings that we have. So how we are going to cover the entire agenda, I'm going to part it in 3 to 4 basic parts. One is going to be, we'll understand why most training providers struggle to build a repeatable business. Second is very much attached to this first one, is why we are failing is because there is a root cause of it, where now the demand has changed a lot. It was earlier a lot of training, and it was a checkbox activity. Now companies, or maybe the enterprise organization, when they interact with the training companies, they look forward for adoption. They look forward for AI adoption. They look forward for something which is more into ROI based learning rather than just having a training in place, right? So third thing that we are going to cover is what are the key enablers that is going to help us winning in together. And then of course Afreen would cover up a little more from a sales standpoint, that what are the key 6 revenue levers, how you can pull those levers, how you can ensure that you don't activate your entire portfolio months but in weeks, and how AI certs can plug in into your current scheme of offerings, right? So first things first, I think I just wanted to address the problem. The problem is very clear why most APAC training providers can't build a repeatable revenue. One, we did a lot of research. We have about 300 odd partners across the world right now, from a country uh, like India to Mexico to Japan to Taiwan, everywhere. So we have at least one partner in most of the countries, is what I can tell you. Uh, with a lot of interaction and with a lot of you know building it together kind of relationship that we have developed with our partners, and that is where we understood that it's very important to understand that generic AI workshops are out of the loop as of today. You cannot just say prompt engineering and sell prompt engineering. That doesn't work out well, right? uh, no vendor alignment. What I mean by vendor alignment is there needs to be a lot more understanding and dependency just on big players like Microsoft, AWS, Cisco, unverified credentials where you really do not know the proof of potential. You still do not know whether these certifications is actually a proof of potential or it is just a mere digital certificate granted. How do we ensure that there is a complete infrastructure and ecosystem attached to the certification that helps the learner to really adopt the complete AI tool, so that in future they can increase their efficiency, adaptability, and of course their efficacy of work, which is in terms of accuracy. No standard compliance. We have seen in APAC very specifically, there's a very regional nuance that gets introduced because every country has a different way of putting governance structures into place. Like India has a DPDP Act, then Singapore has a different act, Philippines has a different act, and not every act is compliant in any other country. So you need a very holistic way of putting certifications into place that can actually work very well with your training. And now, as I mentioned in the first point, the AI workshops doesn't work. That's where it's very important to understand that, you know, on a very high level, it is difficult to position just generic offerings into the portfolio. So that's where AI certs comes into play, where they have, or I would rather say, the complete team has built a complete suite of portfolio of about 90 plus certifications. So now you get about 50 technical certifications, 50 non-technical certifications. So if you are into HR, finance, legal, now why I'm saying this and why I want to talk about these many certifications is because that's my second point, right? I mean, that's what the enterprise or the buyers demand right now. They want something which is very aligned to the current ecosystem that they are working in. So people would not be interested to know that how prompt engineering works specifically in chat gpt. I would be interested to know, because my ecosystem is completely of Microsoft. We use Teams, we use um, Copilot. Can you tell me how Copilot adoption can be done using training as one of the real levers? Right. So the enterprise demand has completely changed. Now they want to look at something which is a standard compliant training module which can get them ROI, something which is very standardized across, because they know that their learners are not from a very specific country. If I am situated in Spain today, or my company is headquartered in Spain, by design I will have 70-60% of the people working in Spain, maybe in the nearby countries, but there would be a lot of people working outside Spain as well. Now that is where it is very imperative and important that the complete framework of building the certification is built around the uh, ISO, or something which has a lot more credibility in the industry. That is what we solve it for right now. Why this wins enterprise contract? So I think I'm not the right person to share the success stories. I think that Afrin would be able to do much better than me. But I would just be talking about, you know, Afrin, if you can just slightly move to the back slide, I just wanted to cover very important aspect why we have seen the success with our partners. One,
Absolutely.
position training as a training transactional way of putting a module into it, and then probably asking them to go through it, and then no one is no one is really caring about the fact that what happens after the training. That's where change management, program management comes into play, because there's a lot of workflow automation that you might be able to do it for them. There is a lot of change in terms of using the AI tools that they would not be using it earlier. So a traditional way of approaching things needs to be changed, and that cannot just be changed with a 5-day training module. Of course that can be implanted, that can be practiced, but for an adoption of real adoption of having this, there needs to be a continuous learning. There needs to be uh, a real ROI behind what they want to do, right? So that becomes a lot more imperative. To tell you that we have worked with about more than 320 partners. We have 320, 325. I'm not sure, Afrin, you can tell the number, but 320 was the last week number, where we have 320 plus partners who are
That's right.
working across the globe. And we have a very strong customer success team, partner marketing managing team. They work and bring the best practices who, let's say someone is doing very good in Australia, how are they doing good, how can we help the other partners to ramp up, all of those things. So after that, we have understood that these are the 4 5 things are very important to win the enterprise deals. So the result is a scalable AI practice with multiple revenue streams. So that's what we want to position it for you. And since you are going to be our customers, but the end users are not going to be, the ones that we are going to interact. We as a certification body do not put ourselves in the forefront of the end users. That is, our customers are you, and your customers are the end users, of course, the learners, and then you will be interacting with the learners on behalf of us. That's how the entire model would work. Of course, Afrin will give a lot more brief. Afrin, can you go on to the third part that I've just put in on the slide? Just the next slide. Yeah. So the three revenue enablers in APAC that the partner need. One is revenue ready certifications, which is more specifically to a job role. Now, just imagine we have created certifications for healthcare, for niche like research, for niche like quantum computing. So, if you talk about any specific domain today, real estate, how does a real estate agent, let's say if a real estate seller or a salesperson wants to really try to understand the complete funnel and try to pitch it in a right way, what are the key tools that the person needs to use, what are the key workflows that will work out for that particular sales leader or the sales lead to ensure that that person is completely uh, using the AI to really reduce the manual workload and improving the productivity. We do not claim a productivity of 30 odd percent, 40 odd percent. That's a sweet spot that we have figured it out. Everyone wants to claim. But real productivity in the first 6 months that we and our partners have claimed is about 12 to 13% rate initially, because we have seen a lot of pilots not getting scaled, maybe because of multiple reasons. But the real problem is to drive adoption of these tools and to build more credibility up. So, of course, revenue ready certifications is very important. Standards and compliance should be again a part of another pillar to enable the complete ecosystem. So, when we talk about revenue ready certification, we are saying that we are ISO compliant 170242012. Uh, we are vendor aligned. Our curriculum is not independent or agnostic of companies like Microsoft, Cisco, PMI. We supplement them, but with a lot more depth in AI. Say third thing, if I want to talk about, we have a complete infrastructure that we have developed, which I'm talking about the proven partner ecosystem. So we have a complete backbone using multiple platforms that we have created a complete ecosystem for our partners to have complete reporting in one place, to learners data in one place, to have their all the reporting dashboard and all the analytical dashboard coming in at one place to give a lot more insight in what is happening in that particular region. And that becomes a lot more interesting fact for me to tell you what comes next, because we have then created, using blockchain as a technology, few AI labs for ourselves, which we use it in terms of our certifications. So one of the examples is proctoring tool. One of the example is certificate issuance tool. You might be aware about. I just wanted to understand, out of all of you, I don't want to bore all of you, but I just wanted to ask if you can ping it in the group or in the chat. Are you aware about Credly? Have you heard about Credly? Have you heard about Metal, Mercer, or anything related to Proctor? Anything that you would be using in your current ecosystem? If you can write it in the chat, I would be glad to hear that. And after, maybe if you want to call it out, whatever people write it, I just want people to be
Correct.
understand that what we have built over these years and how do this really complement the current offerings that we have for our partners. So I think I can see someone has written Metal, someone has written Credly. Of course, uh, never heard these
I've
terms. Of
heard, haven't
have
heard
never
the term.
heard these terms. Great. So all these companies usually provides uh, authenticity to the certification space. So when you are writing an examination, it is a proctored exam, so no one can cheat in the examination. There are multiple vendors out there for. If you get a certification, you should get a digital verified certification so that employers can actually verify those certifications. Otherwise, today, if I want to go and do a PMI course, and if I register on PMI website, it is designed in a way where by virtue I will get a mail or a message from some outsider on LinkedIn saying that you don't even have to sit an examination. You pay me $10,000, $5,000, $3,000. I'll get you the certificate with your name. That's where we have created an entire ecosystem for our partners, where we do not go or do anything outsourced to any other companies. We do everything in house. So these pillars that we are talking about has been built in house, and that's one of the reasons in APAC all of you would agree to the fact the world is moving in a very different direction today. You know how the geopolitical tensions are right now. We all know that, given the history of countries in APAC, we know we are very price sensitive, and that becomes a lot more sustainable way to drive and scale once we have an in-house platform. So that's what I'm trying to tell, that the proven partner ecosystem is not something that is tested by 10 partners. We have PwC as our partner, PwC Middle East Academy. We have Accenture as our partner. We have EY as our partner. These globally recognized organizations are already using the plug and play models to build their internal capacity. Of course, there are academic partners in Afrin. You're the right person to tell. But yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about, the three revenue enablers. One is the job ready, revenue ready certifications, the compliance that we follow, and the ecosystem and the infrastructure that we have developed over a period of time that helps to strive and thrive in the longer run. Not something that we have built it over a period of one year or 2 years. It took a lot of time. We have our parent organization for about 27 years into the same space. We have been into the space of training, upskilling the enterprises for about 27 years. And then we ventured out completely into a certification space. So, just to give everyone a background on what we have done till date, can you just go on to the next slide, Afrin? I think we all know the demand is real. It's not no more a fluff, or it's not just on the papers. We all know the kind of investments that are going in from government, from state government, from the central government. A lot of initiatives have been right now translating into actions, and not just an act. So I was just mentioning, Afrin, you remember we also had a very detailed conversation around you interacting with partners, and they came up with, there are multiple acts. So India has a DPDP
That
act, Singapore has some other app, Japan has APPI act, where personal data protection requirements are very important. So the problem is, what is compliant in one market is not really compliant in the other market, and that's where it becomes a little more tricky in terms of having a complete holistic overview and ensuring that for every particular country that we cater to, at least we are compliant. And that's where the best part about AI search is, we are already accredited by multiple governments. When I say governments, these are localized governments. If I talk about Tamkeen, which is a part of Bahrain, if I talk about HRD, which is a part of a Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, if I talk about, I'm not sure about Afrin what goes in Singapore.
HRG Corp is Thailand, Malaysia, and of course Hadaf is Saudi. So we have all these local accreditations on our certifications.
Thank you for stepping in. I think this is what I wanted to tell everyone, that we already have a lot of support coming in for our certification. This is not because it's a first mover advantage, or we are the only ones doing it. Of course we are the only ones doing it. Of course it takes a lot of money to get into and building something like this. But in the age of AI, there's no first mover advantage. To be very, very honest with all of you, there's no first mover advantage. Everyone has everything. Everyone can catch up with the pace with the right use of AI. Second problem statement, Afrin, what you remember, you had 2 3 clients who have come across as, I have a customer in hand.
Yes,
Unfortunately, I do
I
not have
don't
an
have.
instructor, because I don't run instructors completely on a contractual basis. They are Some of them are on contractual, some of they are full time. But when they are full time, they are already occupied, or they have no ability to derive all these things. I mean, derive a complete, someone who's very good at Gen AI might not be very good at, you know, uh, maybe CRM or maybe full stack development. So in that case, it is very important that an instructor availability with the right knowledge and the right, uh, you know, I would say the quality of delivery becomes very important. And then, of course, now you all know that we don't do a lot of, I mean, what I have understood, correct me, but you can also put it on the chat. 75% of the deliveries by training partners in APAC happens VILT, which is virtual instructor led training. The enterprises have also understood that there is no need for a person to come in and train. Of course, there are traditional regions where people do not accept this, but there are regions where 75% of them is completely VILT. Now, when we talk about this, what I also want to talk about is why the instructor availability is a concern. There are multiple time zones. Almost 75 to 80% of the employers struggle to find qualified AI talent. Tech companies paying premium for the same instructor pool. And that's where the current problem is. How we solve that problem is we have we do not directly go and talk to the trainers, but we have a platform, again, a website called Trainify by AI Search, where we have about 1200 plus instructors across different practice area in HR, finance, legal, cloud, cybersecurity. You need anything, you can ask, you can go, and you don't have to pay anything to us. You directly get the phone number, email ID of the instructor, and the instructor is available at your call. You will get the complete charter, what time zones the instructors are available, how can I use them, how fast I can train them on certain, if I want to switch them for a multi delivery or multi certification delivery. All of those support is already available with us. So that's again a part of our infrastructure that we have developed. So Trainify is again a platform for the partner, or for the partner to find the right trainer who are already certified in our certification. Rapid AI evolution, I think this is something very self-explanatory. I used to do a lot of chat GPT back in 2022. Now I'm back at Copilot. Now I'm back at Claude. I'm also seeing Claude giving a lot more better accuracy in terms of what I expect. Uh, Claude I mean, with Claude, there is one more Sonnet where you have now an option to have more detailed understanding. So, I mean, from a tool perspective, what I wanted to say is that every day there is a new tool with new features that can come in, and that has been coming in. That's why we say that AI has been one of the most transformational technology in date or till date, where it is caggering more than 40%. When I was back in college, I knew cloud and cybersecurity were peaking, and at that moment they were also caggering at 17% when they were at their peak. IoT came in, then it did not really run well, and then now AI is there. Now there's again a lot of hallucination and a lot of um, misconception with AI. People still feel that agentic AI would be able to take the next leap or not. There are a lot of other questions for enterprise, because when a lot of partner comes up and says that, Rahul, the real problem is this. Can your product solve this problem? We keep on developing our product. So the best part and the right investment that I wanted to talk about is the content maintenance that we do. We have a team of about 1200 people, out of which almost 250 to 200 people are specifically only deployed in content, what is going in the market, how do we deploy it in our certifications, how the learner is completely ahead of the AI journey, and they feel more confident about our certification. That's the end objective of what we wanted to, or what I wanted to translate. So every investment challenge gets multiplied, but of course there is a constraint in terms of the region's complexity. So can you go on to the next slide, Afreen? I think these are the six levers that we already use it in our company to understand how do we evaluate the success of our organization. One is, not having outdated content, not having vendor alignment, not so we know what we don't want to do. Inconsistency in the quality of certifications. Of course, we have made mistake. I would not say we are very perfect. Initially, when we launched almost 4 5 years back, we had a lot of problems with our content here and there. We understood with our alpha learners, we sat with our beta learners, we developed, we again went back, we created things that were not in place, and then now we get, that's where we have partners like EY, Accenture, PwC coming in and partnering with us for their own use case, not for something that going to train others, for their internal use case of more than 50,000 employees. So that's about what I wanted to talk about in terms of the six revenue levers that exist right now. After, if you can go to the next, that those are also very interesting for people to know. Long delivery timelines, no proof of scale, and inconsistency in the quality. So when I say no proof of scale, and when I say long term delivery timelines, we have understood that it is very important for training to be very precise and contextual rather than being very generic. And it has to be time bound so that people understand the importance of using that particular technology or tool in a certain way where they have to implement it fast. And that's where, it's traditionally said that trainer trainer's presence is also very important in the entire journey of adoption, Because if the trainer is really great and doing a great job in terms of giving them a lot of anecdotal example, a lot of examples that they can relate to, it becomes very easy for a person to really replicate the same thing when they actually talk to machine. When we talk about very specifically the proof of scale, we have seen pilots getting failed a lot of time, and our partners have also come down and said that, Rahul, we did a pilot, it got failed, it did not really translate to the value that the people were looking at. That's because we don't scope the complete thing correctly. Maybe you have taken a wrong cohort of people to target. Maybe you have taken a very isolated cohort of people to target, and that number of people are not the influencers in the organization who can actually share the best practices across the value chain. Maybe you have not trained in the right way for those people to really get an hands-on understanding. And maybe why that is the reason why generic workshops fails as well, right? They never provide what is real the really the trend is. No case studies, no references, more of a very generic understanding. Maybe if I'm doing a delivery to a real estate company, giving them an example of an IT industry doesn't really relate well. And part of the ecosystem, we just wanted to be very sure, and I am a very proud, I would say, uh, member of AI certs, where I can tell you very confidently we have about 1 lakh 14,000 learners who have been trained, 170 plus global partners, which is these are 170 global partners, which does not include our affiliate partners, academic partners. This is only training partners. We have other 200 partners who are only, or I'm not sure, I think it is 200 or 150, where it is affiliate partners, where people come in, trainers come in, and they want to sell our certifications. They can come in and plug and play this particular model. So I think, coming to Afrin, the next part of it, I think it would be more, you know collaborating and corroborating all the learnings. So it's globally recognized certifications, proven ecosystem, speed to delivery, standard compliance in place, and of course the AICT, which is one of the biggest pillar for us, because we know there are niche where training companies does not have a trainer, someone who is into quality, or someone who's into quality assurance. They might not have a trainer in quality assurance. We have a certification called quality assurance. We have a certification called business intelligence. We have a certification called uh, quantum computing, which is very difficult and hard to find trainers into it, and that's where AICT also steps in a lot. People, please ask a lot of questions here. We are here to answer all of those, and Afreen is there to help assist in terms of how um, well we will be able to collaborate. So before that, we will be able to understand whether there is a synergy between the two organizations or not, and if there is a synergy, how that synergy realization will actually drive the value realization of the entire program that we run. So I think, Afreen, over to you on this, where I want you to tell them about building it everything in house versus what it looks like. I actually wanted to have these two slides up and down so that it will be easier for you, but unfortunately I did not have that time to merge it. But I would still say you can go with scenario A and scenario B, where you can explain it to them what it brings and how does it really help the partner from an execution and operation standpoint.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rahul, for sharing all the insights. Absolutely right there. Like you said, I partners on a day in and day out basis. And the problems that you just stated in the previous slides are exactly what our APAC training partners are currently facing. So, welcome everyone once again. And I would love for you, in the meanwhile, to put in from where you guys come in the chat. We'd love to know from where you've joined us today. And I'm going to discuss how we can actually grow together as partners and capture the AI market, because right now it's not an option anymore. Rightfully said, Rahul. It's not an option. AI is a necessity now. And of course, there's a lot of misconception around AI that it's going to replace humans, but that's not true. There's a huge, huge demand, a skill gap for AI talent, right? And there's a huge shift that I've seen in 2026. This year has been great. I mean, we've got some great partnerships coming in Q1, a lot of requests coming in. We've signed up with some great partners across the globe in the quarter one. And of course, we don't keep partnerships open throughout the year. We have a phased wise rollout where, we keep partnerships open for a limited window where we onboard partners, and then of course we spend time with those partners to go ahead and enable them and to succeed in the partnership. So moving on to the scenario A and scenario B, I'll just quickly go through the two slides. So the first scenario is of course where partners are building their own in-house AI training programs. And the end result is that you actually have lost the market, because by the time the kind of infrastructure, the kind of resources, manpower, cost that is required to build your own in-house AI training programs is huge. That's what I've discussed with partners, because everyone is interested, Rahul, to be honest. Whenever I speak to training partners and ask them about, what is the plan? Are you looking to incorporate AI into your training portfolio? And everyone, it's always a yes. But when it comes to how soon you want to launch, when do you want to start, that's where all the partners get stuck. They're like, we are working on current projects and we have our team that's fully tied up, we are waiting. So that's where we come in. So that's the scenario B, of course, the timeline, the cost, and of course, the risk. Now, say you've taken that 6 to 8 to 12 months to build your own AI training program, but by the time you launch that, it's already outdated and updated. That's the kind of pace at which AI is growing, right? Like Rahul said, we all use AI. I use ChatGPT Copilot extensively. Now we are in the version 5.2 of it with added features. So AI is moving really, really fast. And to be honest, it's not just focused on specific industries. The thing about AI is that it's disrupted every industry globally. You name it: manufacturing, healthcare, education sector, banking, finance, it's there everywhere. And I've seen the shift in corporates now. They started off with small pilot programs, like you rightfully mentioned, Rahul. In before 2026, I saw corporates and enterprises, starting off with small pilot batches. But that's not true anymore. Now corporates have completely, organizations have moved from the pilot phase, right? And they are completely redesigning their workflows around AI. They're not just adding AI into the business, they are redesigning the complete business workflow around AI. And they're moving from pilots to core business transformation programs. So now corporates are actually moving from pilot to core businesses and adopting AI there. So that's where there's a huge gold mine of an opportunity that we can capture. There's a huge, huge L&D budgets being assigned. If you can see IBM, and there are some facts I was just going through, where they have assigned millions of dollars as an L&D budget to upskill their internal workforce. Now that's a huge opportunity for us to capture. And of course, APAC, as you rightfully mentioned, uh, maybe the AI adoption started earlier in US, in the Americas, in the Europe region, and it was a little later when it came to the APAC. But I'll be honest, guys, I handle majorly the APAC region, but I do deal with the complete global audience. Now I have seen that Americas and Europe, there is a steady growth in AI. But when it comes to APAC, though the adoption was later than these two countries and these two continents, they are moving 10x times faster than Europe and Americas. That's the kind of, because of course, the population. You see, APAC is huge. We have different kind of, languages. We have different race, ethnicities, compliance, regulations, governance. So that's where we come in, right? So a partnership with AI CERTs, of course, will give you the leverage to launch AI training programs. And in fact, I would not call it AI trainings anymore. Like Rahul said, now just the off the shelf, plain training programs are not working. Measurable ROIs, scalable impact. Full trainings is what customers are seeking out. So that's where our partnership can help you, where you are able to launch your first AI cohorts within weeks and not in months and years. And of course, zero investment when it comes to content creation, zero risk when it comes to content update, because we have quarterly updation policy. Every 60 to 90 days, we keep updating our content to ensure that it keeps up with the pace of AI. So there's no risk, no content creation, and no timeline risk involved. Of course, what is the result? The, we all are looking to make additional revenue. So this is where, of course, you open up additional revenue opportunity for you, where you are able to get in more customers the moment. In fact, I'll be honest, the partners that have recently who have tied up with us, even before we started off with their campaigns, their marketing and their promotions, the moment they listed our courses on their website and platforms, they started getting inquiries. That is the kind of demand there is for AI right now, Rahul. So even without promotions, people have started inquiring just by looking at our partners' websites and platforms. The moment they put in that we have partnered with AI certs and now we will be adding more value and expanding our training portfolio with AI role-based certification. So that's another value add, because there's no one out there that's offering role-focused certifications. Right. They're all offering generalized AI skills, but we feel the need of the hour is role-based certifications, where every individual needs to leverage ethically the power of AI in their respective job roles. How can a company is looking for how can I increase the efficiency, the productivity, and measure the ROI of my particular employee after AI adoption or after AI literacy? Right, and this is one of my favorite slides here. It has some of the some great names of our partners. You can see the kind of network that we've grown. As I mentioned, I started off with AI certs in as an account manager, dealing with partnerships and handling B2B corporates. So when I started off, I'll be honest, we I think had around, and that was just 2024 when I joined in. We had around less than 50 partners. I think it was around 30. I'm not sure of the right numbers, but by 2025, that number increased. I'm just talking about the training partners, has increased to 170 plus training partners globally. Now, that number is huge, guys. In a year, from less than 30 partners to 170 plus partners, the number speaks volume about the kind of demand there is, right? And of course, we are cater to a global audience. All of our certifications are globally recognized. You get that credibility of associating with a globally recognized certification body. And you can see we've put in some big names. These are some of our training partners across the globe. We have Netcom Learning, Tech Train, we have Lumify Works, we have Koenig Solutions. We couldn't list everybody here on the slide. And of course, some great enterprise partners. Rahul spoke about PwC, spoke about Accenture USA, and of course, we are also in tie-up with EY. We have clients. Hewlett Packard from Bulgaria has already taken our courses. We have DXC Technology. We have various enterprises that are now heavily looking forward to our certifications as a scalable, credible option for their internal employee upskilling in AI specifically, right? And of course, this is the complete tech stack for you. As I mentioned, like Rahul mentioned earlier, we are not just an off-the-shelf content provider. That here you go, here's the content, here's the course. Actually sit and build credible, scalable value-add programs and package the offerings for our partners in such a way that they stand out and work in their and they grow in their own market segment, in their own niche audience segment. So we have the complete plug and play package for you. In fact, I would say plug, promote, and profit making certification package for you. The entire content is there that's been created by a team of experts in compliance with ISO IEC 17024 standards. Right. So we're in compliance with these standards. We're pursuing ANAB accreditation, one of the highest accreditations of American National Accreditation Board. We have over 70 plus certifications catering to both a technical audience and a non-technical audience. So this opens up opportunity for our partners to be able to cater to a wider audience. There are many partners who came to me when we were discussing about the partnership, saying that we want to scale our business from B2C to B2B. And that's exactly what you can do here. You can offer our certifications not just on a B2C individual level, but also on a B2B level. That's where partners are seeing maximum growth in the B2B space. They're offering this to governments, they're offering this to academic institutions like universities, colleges, they're offering this to corporates, to enterprises, because we can do an enterprise-wide AI readiness program. We have something catering to every department, every job role within our organization. I recently sat with a partner and we just recently grabbed a deal of 3 years AI readiness program. So where, the first year is AI literacy. The second year we've curated a program for AI, with a fluency. And the third year we've made a program for AI mastery. Right. So we actually sit with our partners to ensure that you are offering this and you're succeeding in the business. And we have credible exams that validates or it's a proof of your AI skills. So that's what enterprises are looking for, just not the off the shelf training anymore. Governance, compliance, and certifications are becoming very, very critical to scale, right? And that's where, of course, our credible certifications, which are industry validated, comes in place. These are not like the normal certificate of completion or participation that you give to every participant or your customers after they complete a course or a training. This is a certificate that is issued once they pass an ISO compliant standardized certification online exam. So it is a validation or a proof, and your actually customers can leverage these certifications to enhance their professional portfolio. And as I said, we're not just the off the shelf content provider. We have the content that's updated. We have a team of experts. In fact, tech giants like Microsoft, Cisco, former CEO of PMI Institute are part of our advisory and certification board. We have credible exams to authenticate and validate the skills, plus a complete go to marketing strategy, support, and structure. So, as I said, we just don't give you the content. We have a dedicated customer success manager whose whole responsibility will be to they take care of your partner sales. They sit with you. We'll have regular quarterly business reviews with our partners, monthly business reviews with our partners, to understand how you intend to offer this to your customers, how you intend to scale your revenue through this partnership. And that's where we come in and support you. So complete co-branded marketing support is given in terms of marketing assets, collaterals. We do joint online co-branded marketing activities with you guys, like webinars, master classes, to create that awareness, to promote you in the region, to generate demand. So this, and of course, we train your internal sales team so that they can talk about our certifications, handle your customer inquiries, and actually sell this across to your audience. You have a complete partner dashboard, a complete tech stack is given to our partners, where you have a dashboard where all your enrollments, you have the library there. Any kind of documents you need related to our courses are available there. You can track your learners' progress. You can measure, you can do everything from your dashboard. So there's complete infrastructure support, end-to-end support is given from our end in terms of even technical integration support of listing these courses onto your website post the partnership. Now, one of my favorite slides in the entire presentation is our complete portfolio for you guys at a glance. So, we've added more. It says 70. Rahul said we have 90 certifications currently to both the technical and non-technical audience. So you can see on the left-hand side, we have all our professional certifications. So that's the first category. And on your right-hand side, you can see we have all the technical certifications. So these are all micro credentials meant to develop practical AI skills that people can start implementing in their day-to-day job roles. So all the professional certifications that you see are meant for the non-technical individuals. These are 8-hour duration course, and some of the most top selling certifications in this category is from our AI Essentials, which is the AI for executive, tailored for C-level executives, business leaders. I've seen one thing, Rahul, when I speak to CEOs and when I speak to training partners who are doing corporate trainings, they say that always AI adoption starts from the top tier of the pyramid. It starts from the business leaders, and then it moves towards, the other departments and towards the layers of the. So we have AI executive. I think that's the reason it's one of the top selling certifications in our professional category. Our AI for prompt engineer is again one of the certifications that is highly in demand. And we have many certifications under the AI business category, like AI for sales, marketing, HR, project management, lead. That's again booming. Then we have AI for creative, again gaining a lot of momentum. These Gen Z making these vlogs, making videos, audios. So that's again gained a lot of momentum, and we've seen a great demand coming in from there as well. And we have the AI for healthcare, AI for specialization certification. So these are some of the certifications that are really, really gaining traction from our partners, and I can see them coming back to me saying that these are the certifications that we've been able to offer on a larger scale. And of course, moving on to the technical certifications, as the name suggests, tailored for IT professionals, technical individuals, 40-hour duration courses. Here, of course, we have the AI and cybersecurity, which is booming, AI and cloud, followed by AI for developers, AI for data scientists and analysts. So we have a whole suite of certifications that opens up opportunities for you as a partner, not just to cater to a wider audience, but you can offer this to audiences across the globe. We don't restrict you geographically, and like Rahul rightfully said, there's a huge movement now for VILT sessions. And when you do virtual online trainings, there's no geographical restriction. You can do training from anywhere remotely. And post COVID, I think it's gained a lot of the VILT training is something that people are looking for rather than traveling to any center or having a face-to-face delivery. I was talking about the plug, promote, and profit. So these three words is, I would love to go in deep, partners, that you have the complete plugin package available. Nothing needs to be additionally needed from you guys as a partner to offer these courses. No physical lab setup required for the hands-on practice. We offer you the cloud lab environments for all your customers for a year. So it's a 1 year subscription to all our courses. They'll have 12 months access to our complete learning management system. Hey, you don't have your own LMS, no problem. We give you the complete LMS tech stack with an AI mentor within the LMS, an AI assistant, with the cloud labs, with the exam, with the content. Everything is included. It's a one-stop platform for your learners. They don't have to access multiple links to uh, get access to the content. They don't have to go somewhere else to access the labs. They don't have to go to multiple links to access the exams. It's all available in our LMS, which of course has multiple device support. Now, this is a feature that most of the partners have come back to me really with positive feedback, saying that we love it that your LMS is also has a mobile and a web application both. So especially in countries like India, we have a partner who also caters to rural regions, and there, people, the learners don't have, not everyone has a desktop or a laptop, so that's something where they've come in saying that that's great that you're. And to be honest, guys, in just a month's time, right now, I would love to share these numbers with you. Our mobile app download of our AI Certs mobile application has crossed over 750,000 downloads. So this number is huge. And I'm just talking, I'm not saying this is from the day of inception. We've just recently introduced our mobile application for our LMS. Earlier, it was only available in the web application. So in the recent 6 months, it's around 750,000 downloads. That's huge, right? So the numbers speak for itself. So we have the complete plugin package for you. The LMS is there, the curriculum is there, the global credibility of the content, the technology stack is there, where you have the labs, the LMS access, the exam link, one free retake, and of course the complete support system. So you as partners enjoy a lot of benefits, guys, in terms of free complimentary train the trainer program. Your trainers will be trained and certified by us and provided with all the training prep and delivery materials that you would need to go out there and effectively deliver the training. And it's your call. You have flexible delivery options. Feel free to offer your instructor-led training as a face-to-face, as an online virtual training, or as a hybrid training, depending on how you want to offer it or depending on your client's requirement. Of course, we give you complete marketing, co-branded marketing support. We give sales trainings, and of course, we do a lot of joint online activities with you to promote you and to create that demand. And of course, continuous content update support is given, and we have monthly reviews with our partners to ensure that we support you in succeeding in generating revenue from this partnership. Guys, in the meantime, while I'm giving all these, please feel free to share, if 2026 is something you're looking to launch AI trainings, what is the launch times that you're looking to start off with? How soon do you want to start off offering this into your current portfolio? What is the kind of demand you're seeing? If you could share some of that, it'd be great. We'd love to have addressed that in the Q&A session that we'll have at the end, right? And of course, we help you with promotions. Now, this is something that partners come up to me saying that, Afrin, yes, it's all great. The content is great. We have the credible exams. How about the promotions? because of course we need to promote, we need to market this, we need to market this partnership. So how do you help us there? So we actually help you generate demand. Like I said, we give you, we're not just, we handhold our partners. We have a comprehensive 30 30 days, it might go up to 45 days and even 60 days, a comprehensive end-to-end onboarding process with our partners. The moment we finalize the partnership, immediately we kickstart with an onboarding journey with our partners. Now the onboarding process is where we completely enable our partners to and create the demand, we promote them, we do all the marketing activities, we create demand. In fact, we also get a lot of inbound inquiries coming in from our website traffic on a daily basis. Customers looking on, searching on Google for AI trainings, AI certifications. Immediately, of course, our link pops up. They come on to our website and they look for trainings. They like our product, they like our certification, they want to go for it. But we are not a training or a consulting company. We are a certification body. What we do best is develop certification programs. And of course, we work via our partners, where we have a huge global network of partners, various kind of partners, training partners, association partners, academic partners, and affiliates, like Rahul mentioned. So we work only and only via partners. So all the inbound leads as well that come in through our website traffic for training requests are forwarded automatically to the respective training partners catering to that specific region. So we give you complete support and assistance when it comes to creating demand, generating leads, promoting you as our go-to partner in the region, and to create that buzz and awareness and to talk to your audience about the kind of impact there is in AI. Complete marketing support is given, and of course you will have complete regional advantage. Now that's another thing when it comes specifically for APAC. Of course, in Americas everyone speaks English. Very few, we have few of course countries where they speak Spanish as well, but especially the regional nuances are higher comparatively. Not just in compliance, also in terms of multiple languages that people speak across the APAC regions. And in case there's a huge scope or volume, there's a requirement from our training partners or partners in general coming in for any specific language requirement, we can certainly cater to that as well, depending on the volume and the scope, right? And flexible revenue models. Now, this is something that might interest you. Rahul did mention earlier that, everything is in-house. Now, that is something that helps very competitive edge when it comes to the right? So if you see, please feel free to reach out to us for the pricing of our certifications. So we have been able to scale in APAC because of the kind of pricing that we are offering to our customers. You have high margins to play around because there's nothing that we are outsourcing. Everything is in-house, right from the LMS to the labs to the proctoring tool that will be running during the online examination to ensure that no one's cheating, to the certificate issuance tool when the learner passes the exam, validates their knowledge, and gets the required passing score. Of course, we issue the globally recognized certification. So everything is developed in house. And that's the reason the pricing is highly competitive and gives our partners higher margins to play around, right? And of course, you can offer this to customers across the globe. Suppose you're in APAC, you're from India, you're from, say from Sri Lanka, or maybe even if from any other GCC region. You can offer it in, to end users even who are in Europe, America, and you can charge higher because they have a higher purchasing capacity. So you get then higher margin structures to play with. And of course, you can scale your business. That's the whole idea, right? So we are working in 2026 specifically. We are working in a phased wise rollout, like I mentioned. We are onboarding partners, then we are hand holding them to ensure that we are fully enabling them to go out there and start offering these certification programs to their customers. And then, of course, we are sitting with them to ensure that they are now scaling the business. So you can start off with one or two certifications from our huge portfolio, and as and when you see the demand coming in, more and more customers coming in asking you that do you also offer AI trainings in this space, in that domain, in this industry, in that job role, you can then expand and add in more trainers to get trained, and offer those trainings to your customers. So it's a huge scalable opportunity because, like I said, AI has not just disrupted one or two industries, it's taken over across. And of course, a huge margin structure and a high competitive advantage. Guys, the time is now. If you feel that AI is still an option, you're absolutely wrong there. It's not an option anymore. In fact, we are too late, I would say. Saudi Vision 2030, hardly 3 years left. All the corporates, and we are at the end of the financial year, guys. Yesterday was 31st March. We ended the financial year, and 1st of April is the time. April is the time when companies, corporates, governments, ministries are going to assign new budgets for the new financial year. This is the time where you can capture those budgets, those opportunities, if you get the first mover advantage. By the time you think to launch this, there would have been other partners who would have gone out there and grabbed those opportunities. I'll be honest, I've been talking to multiple people and they've already assigned the budgets for the year. And if you really want to capture that, that is where you feel free to reach out to us. Our team is available to discuss anything that you want. And I see some chats coming in as well. Of course, we will discuss that later. Feel free to post in your questions, guys, so that we can address them at the end of the session. And this is the kind of partnership models that I wanted to go through with. So, depending on what are your initiatives, depending on your business structure, depending on your business model, depending on how your company or organization operates, we have various partnership models to offer to our to the end users. So if you're a training company, if you're a consulting and training institute, if you're an edtech platform, if you're into e-learnings, if you're into boot camps and workshops, the authorized training partnership model is ideal for you, where you would be delivering the instructor led training through your in house or outsourced trainers, and you would be earning through the training deliveries. You would be our authorized partners to deliver the instructor led training. And of course, if you're an academic institution, you're a school, you're a college, you're a university, you're a vocational institute, you're into higher education, then our academic partnership is something that will make sense to you. Where, of course, you can tie up with us and offer these certifications to your students to make them job ready, AI ready, future ready, to your staff so that they can start adopting AI in their teaching practices. If you're an association, you're a chamber, federation, say a member organization, and you want to upskill your internal members, you can associate with us as an association partner. And of course, if you're an individual, you're a say a freelance, an influencer, or you're just a new startup with one or two team member, you still don't have a sales or a marketing team, you don't have trainers of your own, you're a consultant, but you have a huge network and you want to promote our certifications within your community, within your network, and you want to earn commissions out of it. So the affiliate partnership is the right partnership model for you, where of course you will promote our certifications within your network, and any enrollment that happens through your affiliate link that will be assigned to you, it will be tracked. You will get commissions per enrollment. Right. So these are the various partnership models. Feel free to reach out to us to get more details about which partnership makes sense and how the partnership structure looks like. Now, moving on to the partner portal. So these are some snippets and screenshots of your partner dashboard. Like we mentioned, we give you a complete infrastructure in place, right from the content to the exams, to the credible exams, to the marketing support, to the sales training, to the train the trainer program, from till the integration support and complete partner portal dashboard access. So this is how your partner dashboard will look like. You can see all your enrollments. You can see how many of them have attempted the exam, how many of them have got certified. You can access the complete course catalog. You have a resource library here where you have access to all the 70 plus certification course documents like blueprints. You have the course outlines, you have the executive summaries, everything is readily available. You can co-brand it, you can download it, and you can share it with your customers. You can use it for client presentations, and you can use it for promotions, for demand generation, and for marketing purposes. You can track every learners' progress from here. You can monitor all your partner revenue and your payouts that are due to receive from this dashboard. You have ready-made co-branded marketing collaterals available here, like the SEO content, webinar content, social media success kits, flyers, forms, logos, everything is readily available. And of course, you can manage all your certifications, exams, and renewals from here as well. And in fact, this dashboard also in your not just student enrollments or customer enrollments, you can also manage your trainer enrollments. In case you've leveraged any trainer from our trainer pool, you can also manage those trainers. Now, this is how the LMS looks like for our learners. Now, this is something from a first-hand view of what your learners will receive. So they'll receive an LMS which they will have access to for a year. So they have 1 year access to the learning materials with the updates, with the labs, and the exam and a free retake. So this is how the screenshot looks like. You can see we have 4 modes of learning. We have podcasts, audiobooks, videos, ebooks. So there's no one offering these many modalities of learning. So, I've seen that right now, my own daughter, her span of attention has reduced, right? She is more than 5 minutes she does not listen to me. So that's people have different preferences of learning. They can watch and learn, listen and learn, read and learn, and of course discuss with your instructors and learn. So this is the kind of flexible delivery options, learning options that are available. The AI mentor is here. As you can see on the left hand side, we have all the modes of learning, and of course we have our the labs as well included within this platform itself. Now, the last slide is, of course, how do you become partners? So, we spoke about the problems, the challenges in the APAC region. How can we help you to launch AI readiness programs in weeks, right? And we've shown you the kind of demand there is, but what are the steps to become a partner? So it's very simple, guys. You just need to choose depending on the kind of audience, industry, and markets you cater to. Choose the programs that would be ideal for your audience that you want to offer. Say, if I'm a technical training partner and I only deal with IT trainings, then of course I would choose only the technical certifications from the AI certs portfolio. So just giving you an example. So choose the programs that fits into your current audience, that synergizes with your current audience. And once you have the program shortlisted that you want to start offering, of course you can expand that later throughout the year of the partnership, but choose the initial programs you want to offer, and then we send you the documentation. That's the first step. You finalize the partnership agreement, the commercial terms, the legal documents are signed by both the parties, and of course we have a one-time initial credit system where for initially you do have to purchase course credits from us, which of course the partners will use throughout the partnership year. You can use that for future course purchases. And once that is done, we start off with our comprehensive onboarding, which will include the train the trainer programs, which is free of cost, which will include the technical integration support, which is complimentary, where we list these courses, which will include the sales enablement trainings, where we start regularly training your sales team, which will include the integration support, where we start listing these courses with your pricing on your website. And of course, the stage 4 would be the marketing and demand generation, where we sit with your team. You will have a dedicated partner marketing manager. So, 2 resources on our payroll for each partner, this customer success manager and the marketing manager. The marketing manager will ensure they sit with your marketing team, understand your GTM strategies, and localize the marketing as per your audience, as per the region, right? So we'll help you and support you not just with marketing collaterals, but in demand generation and launching your programs as well. So we'll do a lot of webinars, etc., to create leads for our partners. And of course, once the onboarding is done, you are ready to go out there within 30 days of signing the partnership and completing the onboarding. You're ready to go out there and deliver your first AI cohort. And that could be in any kind of delivery model, instructor led, online, self paced. So you can also offer it as a self paced e learning or as an of course the train the trainer also starts with it, where your trainers get trained and you can offer it as an instructor led training there. And in the end, of course, we would love for you to scale the business. Start off with one program, start off with one trainer, doesn't matter, but then you can scale it up and move on to multiple certification offerings and have multiple trainers boarded and cater to multiple audiences. To B2C, you can expand into the B2B space. If you're into B2B, you want to expand into corporate trainings, you can do so. If you want to, governments, especially in the APAC region, I have seen ministries and governments heavily investing on AI upskilling. And you can, of course, in fact, I've helped many partners in the GCC region we've helped them file RFPs, government tenders, and they've grabbed them as well. So I think one of our recent partners uh, successfully grabbed a government deal, and we had to convert that into Arabic language because that was the requirement. It was in Saudi, if I'm not wrong, or UAE. I'm just a little confused there, but there was a partner who with this we sat with them. We actually took a whole week to create the presentation, the proposal that needs to be filed and submitted to the government, and they actually it got approved. And we had to convert it into Arabic, and now they're actually delivering the training. So it's going to start soon, and it's going to be a 3 months training program. So scale to enterprises, scale to government deals, expand your market space. That's the whole idea behind this partnership, that it opens up an additional revenue opportunity for you as a partner. It opens up additional door for you to cater to a wider audience who you were not able to reach out earlier because you did not have maybe those kind of programs or to cater to their requirements. We have something that we can offer to every audience, guys. And if you feel there's a huge scope for a particular certification that's not already listed in our catalog, feel free to reach out to us. That's what we do. We develop certifications. We'd be more than happy to curate that. We've also done that for our partners in the past. We had a partner in Egypt who came up to us saying that we didn't have the AI for pharma. You can see now we've included that into our catalog. But they came back to us saying that, hey, we want the something to do with AI and pharma. There's a huge scope of over 5,000 plus individuals here who are ready to take up the course. And we developed the AI for pharma specifically for that partner, and now it's out there for all the partners for public. So feel we are here to support you. Every quarter without a revenue engine is a quarter of revenue you can't get back. That's absolutely right. So every minute, every day that we lose, we feel that there's still time. We're wrong. As I mentioned, guys, the opportunity is now. Businesses are heavily adopting AI. There's a huge gold mine of an opportunity that we can capture together. Please reach out to us. We will let you know on how we can support you, how soon we can launch this. If we've already in Q2, like I said, this year has been great, but it's been moving really fast. I still can't believe we finished the quarter 1 and we've moved into Q2. And Q2, guys, is the financial year start. So I'm just re-highlighting that again. Please feel free to reach out to us. Now is the time where we can actually get in some great deals and opportunities together as partners. Let us know if you have any concerns when it comes to offering AI in the region. What is the launch timelines you're looking at? If you're already offering it, what are the roadblocks that you're facing? And we're here to address it. So that's it from my side, Rahul. If there's anything that you would like to add on from your end, that would be great
No, I
before
think
we let our partners go, and of course, I
yes.
mean, our attendees go. And if there's any questions, we'll be happy to address them.
I think that's the right way. You have covered largely what I also wanted to talk about. I think from a partnership standpoint, you are the right person to guide them. Uh, I think there are a lot of partners: Koji, KT, you have K, Lyra, Romeo, Naz. Of course, there are many more. I'm just taking those names in case if you have any questions to ask us. We are the right ones to answer those questions, and of course, we will get in touch with you. Uh, our SDR team, sales team would get in touch with you to book a meeting with you. And then we can take it offline with Afreen one on one, how we can partner and how does this partnership will look like in quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, and how can we together build a very strong synergy and we can build a very strong business out of it. So I think pretty much that I wanted to talk about. If anyone has any questions on the chat, feel free to reach out to us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Afreen and Rahul, for sharing those insights. Uh, I cannot see any questions as of now, but would request the audience, you have all the contact information in the chat box, so you can reach out to us directly even after the session is over and you would like to explore, or maybe you have any doubts. You'll be receiving the recording of the session shortly, and also you'll be receiving your participation certificates once the session is over. So please feel free to uh, tag us on your social media sharing your certificates, and also you can explore our websites and try to understand more about what we offer. Thank you, everyone.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Take care. Have
Thank
a
you.
great week ahead. Bye bye.